Congratulations to the Lieutenant General N.S. Raja Subramani to be appointed as India's next Chief of Defence Staff. One of the friends asked me about the message of our military had sent to the world on concluding day of Operation Sindhu. I told him that our military capabilities had been understood not through loud declarations but through quite undeniable strength. Our military power does not need any publicity. It speaks through action. Today, many nations across the globe consult our country for their military needs, a testament to the trust and technical competence we have earned. Meanwhile, the limitations of Chinese weaponry supplied to Pakistan have become evident for all to see. When we conduct military exercises with various countries, many aspects become clear about their tactics, their limitations, and our own edge. And history reminds us a war between two nuclear countries has taken place after the Second World War. We proved our capabilities. In matters of intelligence, we are no less than any other nation. We have accurately targeted the hideouts of terrorists and enemy technical targets. The Procron nuclear test stands as a shining example conducted in absolute secrecy, surprising the world. At the technical level, we are now connecting DRDO, defense production units, public sector undertakings, IITs, and private institutions and the private sector into a cohesive innovation grid. Defense Chief Anil Chauhan has rightly said that our defense sector have the capability to fight for months, many months. But let us remember, only those with strength can protect peace. The Dalai Lama has to leave his own country, a painful reminder that without strength, even righteousness suffers. Through technology, we have achieved remarkable integration from NATO countries and Russia via IACCS, the Integrated Air Command and Control System. We have built Akash, a system that will mediate between Rafale and MiG technologies. Creating a seamless aerial defense network had drone technology existed earlier in its current form, we would have not lost Colonel Santosh Babu in Galwan. 4 countries have tested and tasted our technology. Their efforts proved futile. They could not damage our defense establishment. Today, America itself is buying drone technology from Ukraine. And when Pakistan tried to target our Amritsar to create internal problems, we did not let their games continue. Now, I turn to our home Tripura. Our state needs to have strategic air base. The military, the BSF and other allied forces need to enhance their technical proficiency in the AI-based radar system, modern surveillance and response. This is a gap we must address urgently. Furthermore, our Agniveer soldiers have also enhanced their skills in new technologies. The future of warfare will not be won by bayonet alone, but by bytes, sensors, and network intelligence. Let us commit today to building a Tripura that is not just peaceful but prepared. Peace is not the absence of war. It is the presence of strength. The seminar has been organized in commemoration of the first anniversary of Operation Sindoor. Operation Sindoor stands as a landmark success in India's surgical strike evolution, demonstrating that the nation's military capability no longer needs publicity, only results. Executed with a split-second precision, Indian Air Force crossed the line of control and systematically dismantled multiple terrorist launch pads, inflicting heavy casualties while suffering zero losses of their own. Beyond the technical gains, Operation Sindoor shifted the strategic calculus, forcing enemy proxy networks to retreat further from the border and restoring deterrence through demonstrated will and lethal capability. Operation Sindoor stands as a powerful testament to why civil-military fusion is not merely administrative jargon, but a life-saving, mission-enabling reality. I have heard all the speeches of the brilliant speakers who have preceded me on this dais, each one addressing various important issues related to sustainable security with remarkable clarity and domain expertise. From the man's perspectives on border management to the hard truth about narcotics trafficking, from the technical challenges of advanced surveillance to the human dimensions of illegal migration, every speaker has added a vital layer to our collective understanding. It is a matter of profound significance that we are meeting today, not on parade ground, not on forward operating base, not on inside a secretariat, but together under one roof with a singular purpose. That purpose is to reimagine how security and governance intersect in our state. I thank 21 Sector Assam Rifles for organizing this seminar on civil-military fusion, a concept that no longer a theoretical luxury, but an operational necessary for Tripura. When I look around this auditorium and see the olive green of Army, the jungle green of the Assam Rifles, the khaki of BSF and the white shirts of our civil administration, I see more than uniforms. I see the complete architecture of Tripura's defense and development. And the question before us today is simple yet profound. We are operating as a cohesive force, or are we functioning in a separate silos? This seminar is our collective answer. Tripura is a state of remarkable beauty and resilience, but it is also a state with a complex security environment that demands more from us than routine coordination. We share an international border that is long, porous, and often treacherous. We have districts where the jungle canopy provides natural cover for those who wish to harm us. We have a population that lives in close proximity to these challenges, and every day the safety of our citizens depends on how well we military, paramilitary, and civilian authorities work together. The traditional model where the army handles one threat, the BSF handles another, and the civil administration handles the consequences is outdated. It is no longer enough. The threats we face today do not respect jurisdictional boundaries, and therefore our response cannot either. The seminar on civil-military fusion is a vital step towards ensuring coordinated governance in a complex security environment, and I am proud that Tripura is leading this conversation in the Northeast. Let us speak honestly about the challenges that bring us here. Border security is not merely about the fences and floodlights. It is about understanding the human terrain, the smuggling routes, the hidden tracks, and the silent crossings that happen when our attention is elsewhere. The BSF guards our international boundary with professionalism and sacrifice, but they cannot do it alone. They need the intelligence inputs that the civil administration collects from village heads and local informants. They need the rapid response capability that the Army and Assam Rifles provide when a border breach escalates into something larger. And they need the legal and administrative follow-up that only the district magistrates and police superintendents can execute. This is what civil-military fusion looks like in practice. Not a hierarchy, but a partnership. Similarly, when we talk about narcotics trafficking, we must recognize that this is not just a law enforcement problem. It is a national security threat that funds insurgent networks, corrupts our youth, and destabilizes our border villages. The same trails used for drug smuggling are often used for weapon movement and human trafficking. If our agencies are not sharing real-time information on these trails, we are fighting the same enemy on different maps. Emerging threats demand that we look beyond the conventional cyber threats. We become vulnerable to cyber institutions and that can disrupt surveillance networks, compromise communication channels, and even create false alarms that drain our resources. This is also one type of war against our nation. How many of our agencies have integrated cyber threat cells into their border security protocols? How many of our joint training exercises including cyber defense scenarios? These are not abstract questions. They are the new reality of modern conflict, and civil-military fusion must account for them. Similarly, the challenges of illegal migration cannot be addressed only by the BSF. It requires a vision of ground-level intelligence, population restore, village-level verification drives, and coordinated pushback operations. When a family crosses the border illegally, they are not just statistics, they are a potential weak points that insurgent network can exploit for shelter, logistics, or recruitment. Our response must be seamless, and seamlessness requires trust between uninformed and civilian agencies. Insurgent network in and around Tripura they have learned that traditional military operations alone cannot defeat them because they embedded themselves with civilian population. They use the same schools, same markets, the same transport system and our law-abiding citizens. As our law-abiding citizens. To counter this, we need something more than firepower. We need that I would call intelligence fusion. The combining of military intelligence, police intelligence and administrative intelligence into a single actionable picture. This means that a small picture of a piece of information gathered by a district magistrate during a public hearing, a pattern noticed by BSF constable during night patrol, and a technical intercept by a army signal unit must all follow into the same analysis cell. Today, I want to ask every agency represented in this room, do we have such a mechanism? If not, let this seminar be the birthplace of that mechanism. Because without it, we are brilliant individually, but vulnerable collectively. Disaster response is another area where civil-military fusion is not just beneficial but life-saving. Tripura is prone to floods, landslides, and occasional seismic activity. When disaster strikes, the first responders are always the local civil administration and the police, but they are quickly overwhelmed. This is when the army, the Assam rifles and the BSF step in with heavy equipment, organizational discipline and manpower that no civilian agency can match. But there is a critical point. Fusion cannot begin when a disaster has already happened. It must be built beforehand through joint training exercises, through shared standard operating procedures. Now let me turn to some of the actionable measures that I believe should emerge from today's discussion. First, we need a robust communication system that are interoperable across agencies. I am not asking for expensive new technology. I am asking for the discipline to use existing tools effectively. Third, we need joint training exercises that are not limited to combat scenarios but include border management, cyber defense, counter-narcotic operations and disaster response. Fourth, we need interagency platforms at the district level, not just at the state headquarters, where officers from the Army, Assam Rifles, BSF, police and civil administration meet monthly to share intelligence and plan coordinated actions. Let every district in Tripura have such platform. Just now you have already told here, but in district level also a small district you can have it. We have to include state special force also, because in this I have not seen the state reserve police in that district. They can be involved in it. I also want to emphasize the importance of intelligence inputs and how they are shared. Too often valuable intelligence remains within one agency because of procedural hurdles, mistrust, or simply the lack of a designated channel. We must create a culture where sharing is rewarded and hoarding is questioned. Sometimes even civilians also got the military awards in 1965, and fighting with Naxalites also, they got presidential awards. This does not mean compromising operational security. It means designing protocols that allow for graded sharing where the need to know principles of withholding. The lives of our soldiers, our paramilitary personnel, and our policemen depend on the quality and timeliness of intelligence. Let us not fail them because of bureaucratic ego or institutional rivalry. We have to allot fixed amount of informers to get the information. Obviously, misuse can be understandable. At least we succeed 20% information, also great success, while we are taking the informers spending. Higher officials have to give quick response. We have to trust our own people in this regard. As we move towards the outcome of this seminar, let me be clear about what success is. A concrete understanding of Tripura's regional security. Success is practical policy level and operational solutions that can be implemented within weeks, not years. Success is intelligence sharing and crisis response mechanism that are tested, trusted, and routinely used. Most importantly, success is sustained collaboration that outlaws any single seminar, any single commander, or any single administration. This is not a one-day event. This is the beginning of a new way of working together in Tripura. I am aware that civil-military fusion is sometimes viewed with suspicion by those who fear that it erodes civilian primacy. Our militarized administration, let me dispel that fear here and now. Fusion is not about giving the military control over civilian affairs. It is about reorganizing that security challenges today are so complex that no single agency has all the answers. When the army shares its surveillance capabilities with the civilian administration during the flood, that is not militarization, that is cooperation. When the civil administration provides local intelligence to the BSF to plug a smuggling group, that is not subordination, that is synergy. Tripura needs a model where the uniformed forces and the civilian officials stand shoulder to shoulder, each respecting the other's domain, each contributing their unique strength and each trusting the others to do their part. This initiative will foster that trust. It will enhance our preparedness and it will promote a unified response that sends a clear message to anyone who wishes to disrupt our peace. Tripura is united. So in the last, before I conclude, I want to thank the 21 sector Assam Rifles once again for their vision in hosting this seminar. Your presence tell me that you believe in the idea of fusion. Now let today's discussion transform that belief into doctrine. I look forward to the outcome, to the action points and to the follow-up mechanism that will emerge. Leave this Alpha auditorium not with speeches we will forget, but with commitments we will honor. Let us build a Tripura where security and governance are not two separate streams but one strong river. Jai Hind, Jai Tripura.